When men tell you that they don't want to take care of you, I think we should start suggesting that they just date a man.
The minute a man disagrees with you, he's gay. Describe, let's talk about it.
When men tell you that they don't want to take care of you, I think we should start suggesting that they just date a man. So they can each take care of each other and then just hook up. Because that's the only other solution. What is it?
Sometimes you just got to pity people with that type of mentality that you think men are simply just here to do whatever you want at whatever time that you want. If a man's telling you, and it sounds like clear communication, he's telling you, I don't want to take care of you. He doesn't see your value. He doesn't see the worth the way you see it. And again, this is not to say that you do not have intrinsic value in your own life of you just being on this planet, you being a person. We're not saying that. But to one another in a healthy sexual dynamic or romantic way, or even a protection or provision way. We don't look at everyone the same way. He's clearly telling you, I don't see the point. I don't think you're worth it. Whatever parameters he has, whatever preferences you even want to say and put that behind, he doesn't see it. And he's just giving you clear communication. No, I don't want to do that. But what we see a lot of online is the minute men disagree, have an opinion, think counter to whatever what some of these women online are saying, then you go right for the DL, you go right for the gay, then you go right for you should just marry a man. I don't think women understand, these women that are using this sort of terminology, because I don't think this is this is not ubiquitous. It's not the same for all the women. But when you're saying this like this, a lot of us just look at you and say you're there's something wrong with you. Either you're so quick to bite on whatever is being said online that you don't think for yourself. You don't really have original thoughts. You had the same experience growing up. It was someone that you said something funny or something clever and they immediately repeated it, or they heard it from someone else and it immediately became part of their vernacular, part of their vocabulary, and they used it again and again and again. It seems like you don't have the ability to think for yourself. That's how I look at it. When you simply adopt the latest slang, even when it seems completely counterintuitive to what you're talking about, you want men to kick up more. You want men to do more. So what do? The minute they give you a reason why they don't agree with what you're saying, you just tell them, why don't you just find a man? You have to realize that over time, insults, right? Insults and shame and guilt, over time, they lose a lot of their ability to affect people because you constantly go to the well. If we were holding a class on toxicity, we would say that you have to vary, right? You have to vary your insults and your shaming tactics and the way you weaponize guilt. You keep going to one well or the same constantly. Eventually, the subject of this toxicity gets numb to it and just looks at you and says, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. Think about it in the sense of you're in a relationship with someone and you cheated and they keep reminding you of it again and again and again and again and again. Eventually, you just look at them in the face, or you shrug, like you're either going to get over it or we're going to end this thing. It doesn't work indefinitely. And because men have been on the subject, on the receiving end of the shame, insult, and guilt for such a long time, you immediately call a man DL. Yeah, you know what? That used to be a pain point for a lot of men, especially a lot of black men. But now they look at you and say, well, because I like to have sex with a lot of women, that means I'm gay. Right? It's an asinine sort of like leap in logic. It's not even logical. You're just trying to say you're doing a behavior that I don't like. So I need to shame you to get you back on track. Before we continue that line of thinking, you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss no uploads, so you don't miss new lives whenever we sometimes randomly go live. We got merch, we got a membership open, so check those out, hype the video and share the video. So when you're trying to get, because this is what it is, this is the usefulness of it, or the idea behind a lot of these techniques. I need you to agree with what I'm doing, with what I'm saying. Now, men, we understand, if I need you, if you and I, right, we're in a dark alley right now, and I say, 1 + 1 is 2. And you say, no, that's 7. And you beat me up. You know what? For that moment in time, it's 7. Right? You got it. Right? You got it. Whatever. We understand that that's how men sort of move and operate. At a certain point in time, might means right. Cool. Women don't operate that way. So when you have a disagreement, when you're saying 1 + 1 = 2 and she's saying no, it's 7, well, what do we have to do? Well, I have a different toolkit to use. I have shame, insults, guilt. This is what you see a lot of times when someone disagrees in the girls group. So when one of them disagrees and they start to get ostracized because now I start applying the pressure. Now I start destroying your reputation. These are the tools used, that women have because they don't have the same propensity for violence as we do. Now, feel free to jump in the comments and tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm off base here, but I think I'm onto something here. So when men and women disagree, she's not going to be able to fight you to get you back online. She's not going to argue you down, but I can chip away at your psyche. I can chip away at and make you feel insecure. I know the things to play on. I know the things to say, and I hit those again and again and again and again. I shame you into getting in line. I shame you. I browbeat you. That's why you see so many stories of men, husbands, who just simply say, yeah, whatever she wants. It's not worth the fight to us. You think that in order to maintain the peace in the house, it's easy for me to give in and do whatever the thing that she wants. Otherwise, she's going to be the one arguing. The energy in the house is going to be off. We tell the same thing to children. Don't do that because you're going to upset your mom. As if that this is one person in the house that needs to be appeased. Their emotions need to be appeased because otherwise you're not going to have peace. It's just going to be nothing but strife. This is a good way for us as men to slowly chip away at our own self-worth and find ourselves in places where we don't recognize ourselves because you've done this slowly every other day or every argument, just over time, you don't recognize yourself. So one of the things I love to say is no peace was ever established without some sort of war first. It could be an economic war, it could be a physical one, but there is some conflict that has to come there. We as men have to get back to the point in saying, hey, you know what? You can shame me as much as you want. That doesn't change my opinion. I still don't want to take care of you. I don't really care. One of our best strategies, our best things that we can do is pick up our ball and go home and say, cool. If that's how you feel, I don't have to bother with that. If that's not something that you want to do, then fine. Right? If this is how, when I simply disagree with something you say, you go right to shame, go right to insulting my masculinity, because somehow in your broken sort of thinking that if you do this, now he's going to say, oh, I don't want to be known as gay, so now let me do the thing that I don't really want to do for you. I think that type of strategy, and to be fair, it had some validity in the past. Now it doesn't. Now men are just like, yeah, okay, cool, you can say that. I'm still not going to do the thing you want me to do. We're well aware of the tactics being used. Because men don't usually get on here and scream about these things, it's not as if we're not paying attention. We're just, okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm going to be gay. Okay, cool. Don't really matter. I'm still not doing the thing you want. If you're thinking that this is the way to get you towards a goal, you're going to be sadly mistaken, and you're going to be on here trying to call men out for saying they don't want to take care of you, which it sounds like he has a great reason not to. But listen, if you think I'm off base, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. I'm trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.